children. All right. What's up, everybody? Hey. It's good to see you here. Tech Troublemaker is in the house. Dude, I miss you. I miss everybody. I miss doing this. I've been gone for about a week or two. Yeah, just for a little short hiatus, but I'm back. I wanted to let you know that we're going to talk a little bit about sales funnels. So here's my question for you. Did you know that video sales funnels can increase your conversion rates by up to 80%? That's crazy. That's crazy. But a lot of people don't make the connection between what they're doing on video. If they're doing like live stream marketing and I won't even say marketing, if they're doing a live stream or they're just sharing a video, they don't make that connection back to cash and to clients. And so I think we need to talk a little bit about that. What do you think? Let's do it. What's up? Great day to you, Natasha Allen in the house. I also see my friend John Lacey. Learn live streaming with John Lacey. Look, if you are brand new to the show, then I want you to type in a hashtag newbie. And if you're an OG, you've been around, you watched our show before, I want you to type in a hashtag OG so that I can acknowledge you either way and let you know how much I appreciate you being here. Look, I am super excited to be back. My name is Tanya Smith. I run a show each and every week called Stream Like a Boss TV. My website is Get Noticed with Video at getnoticedwithvideo.com. And my purpose for doing this show really is to share with service providers, mostly coaches, consultants, and course creators, all the tips and tricks on how you can really embrace your face and leverage more live stream marketing so that you can sell more services, stand out online, right? Stand out online, sell more services, and really just serve more people. And that's what many of us want to do because we're service providers. So I'm definitely saying hello. For those of you who are actually inside of the Facebook group, I may not be able to see your name if you haven't given permission to Ecamm Live to let me see you, but that's okay. I promise you that I see you there and I can hear you through the chat. So definitely put your comments and your questions. And if you have any questions whatsoever about what we're going to talk about today, I want you to ask them. So what I'm going to do is take a really quick mini break. I'm going to put this short little video intro on so that you can take a second to go and get your notepad and your pen and your favorite cup of hydration so that we can come back and dive into this whole topic of creating high converting video sales funnels. So we're going to talk about live stream. We're going to talk about other types of video as well, because really video content is ideal at just about any part of your sales process. And I probably need to explain what a sales funnel is too, for those of you who are brand spanking new. So if you're a newbie, then I need to make sure that I explain some of those definitions so we're all on the same page. But I am super excited and thrilled that I get to see so many of you. I had a little bit of a short break. It was unintended, but it was necessary. How about that? But I've come back strong and ready to go, and I'm absolutely excited to talk about tonight's topic. So I will see you on the other side of this video. Remember to go get that notepad and pen and ask the questions in the chat because I can see them and I will respond to them. If I don't know the answer, I'll let you know, and we'll find you a resource if we need to, because sales funnels really are at the core of your business. I'm also going to share with you a resource from a good friend of mine, Ty Goodwin, who is actually hosting a sales funnel challenge about fixing your funnel. So if you're worried about how am I going to fix this thing? Tanya's talking about funnels, but what does that mean? And why are mine broken and not bringing income to me? Well, she'll be able to help you with that. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. All right, I'll see you on the other side of this video. And thank you, Roy, my OG. And I see several OGs that are in the house, so it's good to see you all. I'll see you on the other side. All right. Alrighty, folks, welcome back. I'm Tanya Smith of Stream Like a Boss TV and Get Noticed with Video, and we're going to talk a little bit tonight about video sales funnels. So first, I want to explain what a video sales funnel is. So a sales funnel itself is basically, I guess the easiest way to explain it is the process by which you're helping people to be aware of who you are, and they're moving through your sales process. Like they're becoming aware of you, and maybe they haven't bought anything, but then they start to get to know you, like you, and trust you, and then they feel inclined, right, to sign up for something, and maybe it's a free something, or maybe it's a small paid something, and then they invest in more of an experience with you than they had before. So as a coach or course creator or a consultant, maybe you have either high ticket programs that you want to move people into so that they can get a real transformation and not just a basic little teeny tiny transformation. Or maybe there is a coaching experience that you want them to have with you. There could be any number of things, right? But you're moving them through this process or this cycle, if you will, of getting to know you such that they engage with you and exchange currency, right, for ideas and for advice and for coaching and counseling and content. So I get really excited about talking about this because I think a lot of people don't tie the idea of you doing videos, especially when it comes to live streaming like we're doing tonight. You don't tie it automatically to cash because I think, especially traditionally, a lot of times we've heard, oh, well, don't sell anything. You should only be, giving away free content and getting people engaged. And you go through this really lengthy process, which sometimes it is a slow process, but it can be fast too. There are any number of ways. There are endless ways that you can create video sales funnels. And so I want to talk a little bit about that with some ideas. What's up, Dee Dee? Right in the house. And I saw my friend. Didn't I see my friend in there? I think I saw Gary Jones Jr. Gary in the house. What's up? Greetings to you too. Love it. Virginia, I miss you. Yes. I'm glad you're listening while driving. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yes, video sales funnels, look, it's a thing. You heard it here first. I see my friend and OG Scott Benedict, also a stream boss in the house.
Stream like a boss.
What's up, Scott? Good to see you. I love it. I love it. I love it. Look, my boyfriend has the same name. What'd you say, Dee Dee? Has the same name. He's like, hey, oh, Gary Jones? Gary? Is that you? And Nicolette is jumping in as well before heading to dinner with the hubby. I'm glad I get a little shout out before the dinner with the hubby. I hope it's something really good. Maybe it's steak. I don't do a lot of red meat anymore, but I do love a good steak. I do. So it's Gary with 2 R's. So it's not the Gary Jones who's on here. I love it. I love it. Awesome. Look, I just love to acknowledge you and to let you know how much I appreciate you being here. This is why I take the time to say your name and to say, yes, I see you. I hear you. We're here together. And look, this is a crucial part when we talk about sales funnels. This is going to be part of what I want to talk about. Oh, you're having salmon? Okay. Well, I do salmon all day. I can do fish all day, just not shellfish. I'm allergic, which is crazy for a girl who was born in the South. who was born on the water to not have shellfish in her diet. I know. Happy anniversary. Oh my goodness. Happy anniversary. Look, I love love. So let me celebrate you, Nicolette. Please tell hubby I said happy anniversary and I hope you enjoy your dinner. Look, I want to talk a little bit about video sales funnels, but you know I had to get the hellos in because I haven't had a chance to really talk to all of you. And so, well, it feels like so long, but it's only been a couple of weeks, really. Okay? Really, it hadn't been that long, but it feels like forever when I'm away from live. Talking about video sales funnels, I have several points I want to definitely make sure I get across so that you have all the goods to get started so that you understand how to apply this thing to your business. And like I said, I want to mention a couple of resources to you so that you know where you can go. And thank you, Scott, for wishing Nicolette happy anniversary. And Dee Dee also said the same thing. Look, everybody's just sharing love in the comments. I love it. I love it. Okay, so sales funnels. I mentioned what it is. I'm going to share with you my personal formula, okay? But there are lots and lots of different ways that you can go about understanding what a sales funnel or a sales process or a sales life cycle. There's all these terms. Many of them mean kind of the same thing. Now, the traditional way that we used to define sales funnels really was like a funnel, like you see it's big at the top and then it gets smaller and smaller. And part of the reason why you visualize it that way might be because really at the top, right, where you've got your free stuff, a lot of times when you have the free items, that's about that attraction phase. So I'm going to show you my own personal way of explaining this whole life cycle process. And it's not going to look like a funnel. It's going to look more like a map. I'm going to show you that in a second. But when you see the traditional funnels, you're going to see that you need more people. You need lots and lots of numbers to achieve some of the higher ticket conversions that you might be looking to make. Okay. And sometimes it's not even about higher ticket. Maybe you're selling a membership that's under $100 a month, right? Maybe you're selling or promoting something that's a $7 a month subscription for some, purpose. Maybe you're delivering chat GPT prompts in a guide and you update the guide every month, or you have a success club and you're sharing tips and advice on how to stay motivated to get, your goals completed each and every quarter, or whatever it might be. Either way, there are lots and lots of ways that you can use video to help people to take a specific action. So when I talk about funnels, for the most part, I definitely want to talk about high conversions, like converting people into cash paying clients. But I also want you to be thinking about the little miniature funnels, which are allowing people to come from a space of not knowing you at all to a space where they feel like they know you, like you, and trust you, and they're ready to even just exchange an email. Okay? So I hope that helps. What's up, Tori's brain in the house? I love it, love it, love it. I love that cowboy hat, by the way. Very sharp. Dee Dee, yes, you want a low ticket membership. Okay, got you. So let's talk a little bit about this whole idea of funnels. And yes, awareness to low ticket to high ticket. It can be that. But here's what I want us all to think about, because this is something I've learned over the past several years. I've been in business now for a decade and a half. Many of you probably are like, oh, you were 5? Sure. I've been around for a while, and I remember a time when we used to tell people there is only one way and you must do things this way, right? And so we had a lot of gurus that would teach you this one way, and everybody taught the same exact thing all the time. But what I want you to really understand, I'm glad, Dee, that you're here too. What I want you to understand is that there are a number of different ways to accomplish whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. And the thing about us being entrepreneurs and being in business for ourselves is that we get to make choices. We get to make decisions that are right for us. So even if a thing is right for someone else, it may not work well for you, or it may work well if you make some tweaks based on your own realities and the things that are within your space to be able to control. So I want you to be open when we talk about sales funnels, and especially video sales funnels. I want you to be open to thinking broadly, to thinking about, well, okay, she just said it's not just about creating this high ticket thing where I'm going to sell this, platinum membership, but it's also the tiny little spaces where you're creating that nurture of an audience. You're creating this connection and this relationship with people just so that they make a decision to be on your email list. There are lots of ways to convert people from no action into action. So if we think about funnels, that's how I want us to think about it, is that we're moving people from no action or inaction into taking an action. But I'm going to show you something. Tiffany's TV Scape, what's up? You are not late. You are on time. You're right on time. Yes. And that's exactly right. So John is making a really great point. And this is something I'll talk a little bit about tripwires. I can share a little bit about that. But this whole concept that he's talking about, that if people have said yes, they're more likely to say yes again. It's one of the reasons why a lot of people do low ticket type of memberships or low ticket sale of a product like a PDF digital guide or something like that, right? Or even a low ticket workshop. They do that because they're getting you, they're training the audience who's coming into their sales process or their funnel to pull out that card and to say yes. You've said yes once, so now you're more likely to say yes again. So yeah, that is definitely a school of thought. I love it. And RK3 in the house. What's up? I use funnels to put oil in the engine. Yes, absolutely. I love it, love it, love it. You always have the best sayings. I know you know this. Okay, I'm going to pull up my screen and I'm going to share my little happy process. I'll call it a life cycle map, okay? And this is something that I actually use with my Academy members. So those who are members of Stream Bosses Academy, this is going to look real familiar to you because you get this, you know this. And we spend more time diving into this whole funnel process in some of our different training, but I'm going to do kind of really high level tonight, okay? Because I just want you to see when I'm talking about funnels, what do I mean? I'm going to cover a little bit of that for now, but I'll move it back to the other share screen so you can see the full map here shortly. But I'm going to kind of walk you through this, okay? So this is my personal process on how I prefer to drive people with video into my sales cycle or funnel, okay? And you'll notice, because I love easy, I love acronyms, and I love things that people can simplify. So A, B, C, D, okay? If that helps you to remember what we're talking about, it's A, B, C, D. So this is my process. When you are in the process of getting people to know, like, and trust you, people who are not aware of you, don't know you at all, have no clue of who you are, they're in the attraction phase. So attract is where they're going to start. So you'll notice, for instance, if you happen to be doing live streams and people who never saw any of your content ever before happen to see you because Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn has pushed you up in the feed as a priority piece of content, right? They're probably developing awareness of you. And in this phase, the purpose is really to attract new attention. It's to attract people from not knowing you at all into feeling like, okay, I feel a little bit more comfortable and I kind of feel like I'm knowing this person, right? So what you're going to see in my particular process, and I'll showcase this on the other share screen real quick. I'm covering it up, it looks like, in both instances, but it's okay. If you are in this phase up here, this is where you are, there's a couple of things you're doing. So on the left, you see the purpose. On the right, you see what your objectives may be in terms of video, okay? Like, what are you going to do? What type of content will you share to help move people from this step to the next step. So when we're talking about video sales funnels, for me, for instance, the developing of awareness really happens with my live streams. It's a hot place for me and for a lot of the people who are in my circle of influence and for those who are in my academy and other programs and courses. It is where you start, because this is getting people to understand what you're all about and to qualify or self-disqualify. You know, if they don't really like what you're saying or they don't really resonate with your style, they'll move on. Right? So they don't end up on your list. You're not paying for them on your email and all of that other stuff. They can qualify or self-disqualify. So yes, and thank you, Gary Jones, for reminding people to press the like button. Hit that button if you like what we're talking about. If this is gold for you, definitely hit the like button. Thank you, Gary. Gary with a 1R. Okay, the second phase, and I'm just going to walk you through these phases, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the benefits, okay? And then I want to talk about a couple of really quick examples that you can implement right now as sales funnels for your own marketing strategy. So bonding is the building of brand credibility. And I won't spend a whole lot of time on this because, like I said, I have a whole half-day boot camp that walks through this entire process. But high level, your bonding phase is once people have some idea of who you are, and now you're building brand credibility. They're starting to get to know you. There's natural engagement. So a lot of the comments and people who I know and recognize that are inside of this chat are in the bonding phase with me, which I love because I get to nurture you and move you from being a cold audience who doesn't know who I am at all to warmer and to hotter, right? So what you'll notice here on the left-hand side, you may not have noticed this, but I have created this audience temperature gauge. So people are they're from cold and they're warming up as they go through each of these phases in your sales cycle or funnel, okay? Over here on the right, you'll see that this arrow goes up. You can't really see the bottom of this other one, but it's pointing down. This one is going up because as people get into the bottom phase, which we call the delight phase, this is where you're giving them amazing, incredible service to the point to where they're referring you because they're so excited. They become your cheerleaders and they're telling everybody about this incredible coaching experience that you delivered with your high ticket program where you work with them one-on-one and they see this major transformation and you want everybody to know about it, and you're sharing a testimonial and you're passing on links and you're becoming an affiliate. And so the green is moving people up the pipeline so that they now start to fall into your funnel and they are attracted and they begin to bond with you. So in the bonding phase, I'm going to go back up. You're inspiring trust and you're creating a different set of types of videos. There's different types of content. When it comes to the conversion piece, and let me try to make that a little bit more. There we go. So you can see the full thing. With the conversion, when you're converting people, this is where you're offering solutions that are paid solutions, okay? This is where you are helping people to make an informed buying decision. And not everyone's going to fall into that bucket, and that's okay. Some people will hover in the attract and bond phase for some time. I can tell you this for truth because I cannot... Look, there's so many people that have come to me and said, Tanya, it's been 2-3 years. I've been following you. I've been following you for the last 5 years. And now I'm in this mode where I'm ready. I'm ready to do video and I need your help. And then there are other people who just watched my live stream or saw a particular video. I've had this happen a couple of times in the past week where they saw a particular video that I did about another platform or, a strategy, and they call and say, hey, I want to work with you right now and I want you to come and work with me and my team. So your funnels can be short, long. They can be any They can be every type of funnel that you want. But ultimately, you need to be thinking about, well, what am I trying to create? What experience do I want to create for people at each of these phases? May move fast or they may move really slow. And you want both. You want all that you can get, right? You want as many people to qualify themselves to be converted into paying clients. And I see your note, and we're going to come back to this, Roy, because I don't believe that. You're not, look, sales is something we all do. In fact, I gotta spend a little bit of time on this. I'm glad you said that. If you had approached me 10 years ago, because somebody did, 15, 16 years ago, somebody approached me and said, what would it be like if you had freedom to create whatever you wanted? And if you were able to, help other people to see their value and to live their dreams. And I just laughed at her because I knew it was sales. I laughed and I was like, I don't sell anything. I'm horrible at sales. But what I realized after all this time, Roy, and anyone else who is saying that, is that you're selling every day. The moment you open your mouth, you are selling. You're selling you. You're telling people who you are, what you're all about, and what you can do for them. And potentially you have a solution to a problem that they have. And the more clear and intentional you can get about that, the easier you having that conversation will be. And it's not, I don't even call it sales, I call it conversation. I like to talk about things that I know. And if it's going to help someone, I don't have a problem charging for that. And if that's considered sales, hey, great. Right? If I can convert someone from being where they don't want to be anymore to where they want to be, if I can help them to bridge the gap between where they are now and where they really ideally want to be, and that's considered sales, well, then I'm selling all day. And so are you. So all of us are salesmen and saleswomen. All of us, each and every one of us, and every day we open our mouths, we're selling. Now, what you sell is a question. So when we go back here and we talk about this screen that I was showing you, what's up, Dan in the house? And look, let me put this note up that John just said. In fairness, Roy sold me on joining his live stream at 11 p.m. my time when I normally go to bed at 9:30. More convincing than you realize, because you're helping people to see possibilities. When you can help people to see possibilities, that's a sale. Especially if they're willing to pay you for it. And guess what? If you have spent and invested time and effort and money into learning your craft and you're doing it well, you should want to charge for that. I did not understand that until one of my mentors said, you can't charge $10K for a program until you pay $10K for a program. When she said it, I was laughing at her again, because I was like, I don't even get that. What are you saying? What are you saying? But what she was saying is that we have to have this mentality where we understand that what we give to others is of value. What we share with other people is of value, and what we invest in ourselves is of value. Monetary exchange is an exchange of information and knowledge, and it's designed to help people to transform their lives and their businesses so that they can be at their best. That is not a bad thing. That's a good thing. So when we talk about conversion and then we move into the delight phase, this conversion and delight phase is typically an exchange of currency. Whether it's US dollars or Australian dollars or whatever the dollars may be, it's an exchange of currency. It's where people have made a decision that, you know what, I want more of this experience with you, and I'm willing to open my pocketbook or purse and invest in myself to become better. right? So you have an opportunity to use video to really delight people once you've converted them and they've become a part of your membership or your course or your workshop or your webinar or whatever it may be. You're delighting them by sharing and generating love and excitement for your business and elevating your people, the people that are in your space. They've chosen to be there with you into becoming brand champions. Look, this is a beautiful process. I don't want anybody to get it twisted. I love this process now. I didn't understand it before. And this is, again, why I don't want you to hold yourself back from thinking that you can't sell or that you can't sell via video, because you can. The key is you need to think about what your offers are. What is it that I want to sell? And Dan, yes, you can sell your services too. So I want everybody who's on this call, who's on this video and watching right now, I want you to reframe that statement if you're telling yourself that right now. I want you to say, I am worthy of charging for what I know. And there are people who need my help that will be willing to exchange currency for the knowledge that's in my head. I want you to really embrace that idea and that concept. Look, Dee has actually, and so Dee even said it. She said, you sold us on checking out your training tonight and we are here. I need to blow these up, make these bigger. These are good nuggets that y'all are putting in here. And look, Dee wrote a book on, is it called Collect the Cash, Dee? So Dee knows all about it. I'm probably going to have you come on, Dee. You know, we kind of talked about this a little bit before, and it wasn't video specific, but I kind of feel like based on some of the comments I'm seeing, I need people to really see the possibilities. And so sales funnels, when you're using video, notice if you saw my chart that at every point, at every step in the process, there's an opportunity for you to create different types of videos. So with attraction, you can share your personal story. You can do Instagram stories. You can do shorts on YouTube. You can do reels. You can do all kinds of really amazing stuff. What's up, Dan? Dan Tana with the fire and the keyboard. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, Nicolette, longtime fan due to building trust and helping for free. Exactly. Yeah, you and I have worked together for a long time, Nicolette, and you've been through every step of my process. There are several people that are in my academy right now that are in a nurture mode in the membership, but they've been through my entire process. We've had the one-on-one coaching experience. They're in the delight phase now, and they stick around because we continue to offer value. And that's what you have to be committed to doing. So if you're looking on the right-hand side, you'll see you're inspiring trust by maybe sharing recent lessons that you learned, or maybe doing a behind-the-scenes type of video, or maybe you're interviewing guests that have a special type of expertise. When you're in the convert phase and you're doing videos there, you're encouraging action by sharing testimonials, or maybe you're delivering some really wow onboarding. So as people are coming into your new membership, you have this whole process where you're training and teaching them how to get the most out of that course, or how to get the most out of the coaching process, right? Yes, Dee said it. I am worthy of charging for what I know. Yes. I'm going to put this back up. So I'm definitely going to star that so I can come back to it and repeat it, because I think everybody needs to repeat it. Dee's book, by the way, is Collect the Cash. Collect the Cash. So if y'all haven't picked it up, you probably need to go pick that thing up on Amazon. But when we're talking about videos too, right? So product and service demos. Look, Lynn Pro, I just got a chance. I was honored and humbled to meet Jeff of Lynn Pro, Lynn Pro, who is building out his YouTube channel. And one of the things he wants to do is to really maximize the use of video. And part of the way that they're doing this is exactly by this conversion technique. So what they're doing with people who have purchased any of their merchandise and their product, sales stuff, they're actually doing a video showcasing how they're creating how they're making the bacon, if you will. So how they're creating the branded merchandise. And they're adding music to it, and they're doing, like an overview of here's what we're doing because we want to make sure this is a high quality product for you. Product demos, a great way to convert people who may not know what you do and what to expect from your product or service, because you're sharing with them, this is how I do the thing behind the scenes. Look, I'm going to tell y'all, this is one of the ways, if any of you have seen some of the shorts that I've made or some of the reels that I've made, or even just the snapshots that I take before I'm getting ready to go live with my community on Saturday morning and deliver Creator Day, because this is one of my favorite things to do. If you've ever seen those shots, I'm showing you my setup, what I have going on, how I have the Zoom camera going on, and then I've got my Ecamm Live set up, and I've got worksheets and outlines, and I've got all this stuff on screen because I'm sharing with you a sneak peek of how I do what I do, how I deliver, so that you can say, wow, that's how she does. I want to do that, or I want to experience that, right? Y'all, I'm telling you, you can do so much with video, and I got to get to the benefits, but I just wanted you to really see the power of video at every one of those steps. So the attract, the bond, the convert, the delight, every single phase, you have an opportunity to really share video content that's going to make a difference, that's going to move people from what? Inaction to taking action. And that's what we want. That's the purpose of this whole conversation. Yeah, okay, this is a great question. Let me move this down. Do we need an app for video funnels? Not trying to get ahead of you, but will you be? Yes, I will be offering the boot camp again. I sure will. As a matter of fact, I'm in the process right now of restructuring several things that will open up in August. So look for more info to come. I've got to restructure, y'all, and I realized that when I was down for the last couple of weeks. There are things that I need to put in place so that they can continue to be working when I'm not. Because you never know. Look, being over 50 ain't nothing like recovering when you're over 20. I said that to somebody the other day. It was much slower than I imagined. But I love that JP High Tech is in the house. What's up, sir? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I need to make the health and wellness sexier. I'm not a guru. I just want to be healthier at my age. Girl, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. And other people, look, 50 is the new 25. Okay, I'll go with that. Welcome, almost welcome to the 50 Club, Dee Dee. It's a nice place to be. You feel so much more confident in who you are. And look, I'm telling you all of this. I'm sharing these stories with you about video funnels because I want you to understand the reality. It doesn't matter if you have small audiences. It doesn't matter if you're not monetized on certain channels. Look, I need to be clear with you on this. You can still convert. You can still make a nice stream of income, a consistent stream of income when you create funnels and little mini processes that help people to go from inaction to action. That's what this is about. You want them to go from doing nothing, but then they see you and they experience you, and then they say, I want to do something. Where's the button? Like right now, where's that like button? Hit that like button. Follow, and subscribe. I need to make sure I get my graphic back up for that. But yes, it is, girl, yes. I think I know who that is saying that. Health and wellness is a different kind of journey. It is, y'all, but it's a journey, but it's doable. I just had to be a little bit slower making the comeback. That's all. All right, y'all. So I've walked you through high level some of the different steps of the funnel that I use. I thought that might be you. It's Venice in the house. What's up, OG? I know that some of you are still thinking, well, but I don't have these processes in place. Well, let me explain a couple of things. I'm going to give you some benefits of having thought through Because the purpose of this show is to help you start thinking differently. I want you to think differently. I want you to think like a boss, not just stream like a boss, but I want you to think like a boss. I want you to think like someone who is, even if you're not where you want to be yet, someone who is on their way to where they want to be, right? So even if you haven't put these things in place yet, now you have more knowledge. You're expanding your thinking so that you can make changes, so that you can really take advantage of the things we're talking about. I love it. Thank you, Roy. Roy, thank you. Thank you for the love. Let me make sure. Okay, so let me do this. Benefits. Why are video sales funnels beneficial? So if you have the things in place that I talked about, if you create different types of video for each of the stages of your process, whatever your process may look like, and there are other funnel courses and programs where people are sharing with you, different concepts, but they all really mean the same thing. You're going from a phase of people not knowing you at all to people getting to know you, to people saying, oh, I trust them enough to want to make some exchange, right, of dollars. Hey, yeah. To the phase of delight where you're just overdoing everything. You're over delivering, right, on your service, because service is what keeps people. It's what brings new customers. It's what brings people back if they've invested with you and then they go away and then they come back and get something else from you. All of those things are a result of your processes that you put in place. I love it. JP says, build your funnel surrounding your true availability. Exactly. So when we talk about realistic, and I mentioned to you earlier, that you can't always create your process off of someone else's model. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I got to put this back up there so that you really hear what he's saying. The worst thing is to have someone take action with your brand and then you're not showing up or you're completely missing it. So here's what I interpret that to mean, and this is what it means to me. Whenever you're creating the processes, right? So you're creating the video content that's driving people into each of these different steps. So when you put people into the convert phase and you're saying, hey, I have this offer over here that I want you to invest in. And you say, I'm going to actually hold this workshop and it's going to take place on Saturday, July 27th, or whatever the date may be. I'm making something up. And it's going to be at this date and time. And it's going to be for 3 hours. And here's what you're going to get. And you have all of this in your sales page. And this is what you're doing in your social media posts. And you're telling them what they're going to get. If you don't have the knowledge you promised them, if it's not here and here, and you just got it from ChatGPT, I'm calling some people out, because I've been seeing some people labeling themselves as coaches and experts and all the things, but really they went on ChatGPT, put in a few prompts and said, okay, I'm making this sales page, but they didn't have the knowledge or the experience to back up what they said they were going to deliver. That's a problem. So you have to pull from your own bank of knowledge and experience. And that's how you're creating the offers. So you're promising something that you can deliver on from a timing standpoint and a content and value standpoint. You need to be able to deliver on the goods that you said you can give them. So when they get to that convert phase, they don't turn around and say, that person, they promised me this, right? Some of you have been in these high ticket programs where you paid $20,000 and then you never got to see the coach. You got to see their minions. They didn't deliver on the things they said they were going to deliver on. You didn't get the sales conversion page that they were supposed to create for you, or the website design didn't get made. Or a lot of us have made these investments in things and then people couldn't deliver. You don't want to be that person. I want you to be that person who is truthful and authentic and you're real. And so when you're delivering and you're putting people into that convert phase and you're saying it that you can deliver these things through your video content, I want you to really be able to deliver it. Like give them everything you got. Everything you got. Dude, I know. We got Chat GPT experts. We got Threads experts. Threads just came out. Let me tell y'all, the first day I was on there, I was like, well, dang, this person already has a book on Threads and it's not even out for 48 hours. How'd they do that? I'm going to get off my soapbox. Okay. Yeah, I know, John. But you know what? Then there's the real ones. And a lot of you who I see your names in here. I know you. I know who you are. You are real. Got to be able to stand on the stage and sing without auto-tune. Y'all remember Millie, some of you of my generation remember Millie Vanilli, right? That wasn't real. That was auto-tune. Yes, your reputation surrounding your true expertise is everything. You cannot fake it until you make it. You can't do that. So be bright. Promise on what you say that you can deliver to the client. So when you're creating these videos and you're creating your funnel, and I didn't even mean to go down this track, but I had to. Look, Scott, I knew you would. You and I, you get me. Millie Vanilli, you know the real. I do. Many of you are real. And I want you to think about what is it that I can deliver in that convert phase when I'm getting ready to sell the offer of service, the promise that I'm making so that I can get to the delight phase. How do I do that? I do that by authentically sharing and truthfully saying what I can do. I'm helping to make an impact. And that's where some of the testimonial videos that we talked about that fall into that encouraging action side that you saw in the chart. Let me show you that again so you can see what I'm talking about. Over here, right? This is where you got happy customers. Like these are real people, not made up avatars, but they're real people who are talking about you and what you can do for them. And maybe you're even sharing case studies, because case studies are also an awesome way for you to use video to walk people through. Hey, I worked with this client. This client came to me with this problem. And here were some of the things that were going wrong for them. And you may be experiencing the same thing now. So here were the steps that we took to really understand what was going wrong. And here's where we saw that the solution may be. So here's what we tested and we tried. And then they ended up in this space. When you can walk people through that type of storytelling, right, and sharing a case study, that type of video is highly powerful. It's one of the things I've promised myself I got to do more of, because I have some powerful case studies. And you probably do too if you've been working with people and you've been helping create solutions, right, to transform their lives. Yeah, fraud is a real thing. Yeah, and you're right. It wasn't auto-tune. They had different people singing and appearing, but you get the message. Yeah, you have to showcase. If you can do that, that's a really powerful way, right, to fill your video sales funnel. You've got all these different types of videos. So just imagine on your YouTube channel, I want y'all, if you think about benefits, because I still didn't say that, but you get more engagement in your content. Video funnels help you to convey complex information in a more simplistic manner. So just like I just walked you through what a case study could look like. And it caters to a consumer trend right now where there are certain people that do prefer video content. It just is that way. And social media profiles, many of the platforms prefer video content. That's why they're telling you, do video. Whether it's live or produced, I don't care. But do more video. But do it with intention and purpose. We're not just out here let me just create some videos because I need some content for today. No, I want you to think with purpose. This is why we spent last night our 90-minute training that we do every month in the Academy. Last night, we talked about high quality live videos, and I walked them through 3 different sections in an entire process for planning out every live stream. So for those of you who were if you were in the class last night, if you're in training last night, I bet you can see every part of what we talked about in tonight's live stream. And I started with what? I started with a hook. I shared a statistic. And then I walked you through those other pieces. Look, y'all, there is a process, there is a strategy, there is intention and purpose behind the video content that I create. And I want to encourage you and to model this behavior so that you can see what it can do for your business when you're thoughtful about what you're creating. And you're not just like getting on camera and saying, hey, I just wanted to talk to y'all today. Which that can work too. It has its purpose. Oh, Dan, you know I'm sending you some love, sir. I love y'all, JP. I try, but more than anything, I don't get on saying, I'm going to sell some people today. So, Roy, I want you to hear me on this. I don't get on saying that. I get on saying, I'm going to make some transformations happen. My mantra from the very beginning when I first committed and I said, I'm scared, but I'm going to get on live and I'm going to be live at least once a week for an entire year. When I said that 3 years ago, my mantra, I wrote it on a sticky pad. It was on a little sticky note and it was on my computer. And I said, right person, right message, right time. That's when I had nobody. I had crickets in the audience. It was just me. I thought it was me on camera, me in my walk-in closet, me in my junky office downstairs. And I just said, right message, right person, right time. Whoever's there, my prayer is that I will share with them something they can use and that it's going to be in the right time. So whoever shows up, they were meant to be there if they're watching live or on the replay. When you start thinking in that way and you deliver with a heart of service, with a servant's heart, we've all heard that term, right? The sales will come. They do. They just do. But when you're intentional and you're on purpose, it makes it even better. Because then you can also measure. I want to talk to you about 3 actions before we close. 3 actions you need to take as a result of having your funnel in place. There's 3 actions. I'm going to talk about that next, but I want to acknowledge a couple of things. Yeah, I know, right? Feel the fear and do it anyway. If anybody has questions or if there's been a light bulb moment for you, I want you to hit the like button, but I also want you to pop a comment and pop a question in here. If there's anything that's on your mind, I want to hear from you so that I can help you to reframe your thinking if you're heading in the wrong direction. Yeah. I do, though. Roy. Dude, I got videos that have a handful of people. I got videos with no views because I've been on camera for a long time. And so if you've been on video for any length of time, you're going to start with nothing most of the time. I don't know anybody that jumps on camera and they have a whole audience full of people unless you already kind of built up a reputation and a brand another way with another form of media like a podcast, or there was some other business where you were highly successful and you built that out and now you're telling everybody, come on over because I'm on video too. Yeah, but that's not normally the small video creators that I talk to are much like me, where we start out and it's crickets. Right? Most of us have crickets. And so I don't want you to be discouraged. I want you to think about, and I think one of you said this. I can't remember, Roy, if it was you or if it was John, or it may have been somebody else. It may have been Strick on a panel that we had the other day, who said, I think it was you, Roy, look at every single video, especially when people don't show up, as a way to practice. It's a practice platform. It's a way for you to practice putting out there what you know and building up your confidence muscle on camera. That's what I did. I built up my confidence on camera. I built that muscle so that I went from being incompetent and not having a clue to becoming more and more competent about the camera life as well as what I was talking about. I started to hone in on what I loved talking about, and the things I didn't love, I started leaving those behind. I started honing in on the people that I love to talk to, and I stopped worrying about the people that I didn't necessarily feel were meant to be my audience. Not to their exclusion, but because I wanted to be more focused, laser focused on the person I knew I could help. And that's going to look different for each and every one of us, right? Yes, build that muscle. And you never know who is watching. There were times when I thought I had crickets. And then somebody would come back and they'd be like, yeah, I watched your replay. Look, y'all, when I was at the doctor's office a couple of weeks ago, how about the lady? I guess she looked me up. I don't know why. The lady at the front office, she said, yeah, I was watching you on YouTube the other day. And I was like, what? She said, yeah, I saw some of your videos. You never know. You never know. It is an excellent way to build your brand. So that attract thing that we talked about at the beginning of your video sales funnel, that's real. Brand building is real when it comes to video, y'all. Yes, my co-host has a much larger following than I do, and he has all these people join us live, and I get nothing, but I get views and replay. Yes, and it could be any number of things. And when I hear that, especially with my clients, what I always ask them is, what needs to be tweaked, if anything? Could there be something, just a little tiny piece of the formula that may need to change? It may be the timing of day. It may be the content or the topic. It may be the audience that you're focusing on. It could be any number of things, but sometimes just slight tweaks will change things for you. Yeah. You're like, yeah, they tell me I watched the replay and why didn't you comment? I know. Sometimes it's because we don't ask. Look, I didn't used to ask. I forgot. Let me tell y'all, this is the number one thing. I'm going to tell it to you because I experienced it with this whole sales funnel process. The number one thing that got me thinking about conversions with my videos was because I was sharing all this content because I was like, hey, I just like to share content. I just like to go out and help people. I was doing that because some of you are doing this right now. And someone came to me, they sent me an email and they said, well, I wanted to know how to work with you, but you never really have said how I can work with you. You never told me what the next step is. And it got me thinking. And I was like, dang, sometimes people are just looking for what is the next step. And you haven't thought it through and you haven't built out your funnel or your process. That's why I want you to think about what we're talking about today, y'all. What is the next step? Because somebody's waiting on you to tell them, here's how you can work with me. Here's how much I charge. This is where you signed up. And you never even thought that they cared, but they do. They've just been waiting for you to say it. So say it. You got to connect the dots for people. It's just that's why I love that I have so many of you, my brothers and sisters in the chat, doing the thing that I sometimes forget, I often forget to do, and saying, hey, hit that like button, smash that like button. Roy is good at that. John is good at that. JP is good at that. So many of you are good at that. And I forget. But sometimes people need that reminder. They're loving your content. They love what you're talking about, but you forgot to ask them or to help them to be guided to the button. Right? There's my girl, Valerie Hatcher in the house, aging with grace and style. I got my beautiful, lovely, it's a mug, but it's not a mug. I should have had it. I'm going to bring it for the next time so I can showcase what you sent me because I love it. And it's personalized too. It's beautiful. Because she has a podcast, by the way, called Aging with Grace and Style that you should go check out. I believe it's on Spotify. You have to tell me or confirm, Valerie, Spotify. Okay, so yeah, connect the dots. So let me do the 3 actions and then I promise we can wrap. Because this has been so much fun and I just missed y'all so much that I'm really going on and on. But I also love this topic and I want you to understand that your content can create cash paying clients. It can. And you don't have to feel or be or look salesy creating that relationship. It is about you delivering value such that people want, they crave, they're asking for more of an experience with you that you can offer for a fee. Because guess what? You've been paying to know what you know. You've invested in yourself for certifications, for programs. You've been doing this. Why are you not charging for it? Why? You're just giving it away, but you paid for it. Why are you not assigning a dollar value to what you know? I want you to think about that. You are worthy. Let me go back and find that. Then I starred a comment that my friend D put in here. She said, I am worthy. And I want y'all to really remember, there's my favorite, it's right there. I am worthy of charging for what I know. You are. You are, and that includes your video content where you're teaching people, right? Yes, it's on all networks. Okay, so the podcast is everywhere. Apple, Spotify, you name it. You can find her everywhere. I love that you are here. I love that you have stayed and you've listened to me. Let me give you these 3 action steps. So when you have your sales funnel in place, yes, value, worth, yes, you are worthy. You offer and deliver high value content. You deliver things that people need so that they too can improve and be better. And sometimes when you don't assign a dollar value to it, people think it's not worth anything. I've shared that story with you before about how I used to do this free challenge, and I was giving away a lot of amazing content in this challenge and helping people to get more comfortable with live. And then one day a lady said, well, I didn't sign up because I thought that it wasn't going to be good because it was free. Light bulb moment. Like, oh, no, it's actually really good. Okay, action 1. Creating engaging video content is important. So we kind of said this already. So when you're considering how you're going to pull things together and you've thought through, okay, I've got this sales process, this funnel, right? Here's how I take people from attract to bond to convert to delight. Then you've got to fill that pipeline with engaging video content. So you need to be thinking about, how do I use storytelling techniques? So RK3 is an expert with storytelling, right? You're going to be thinking about having high quality visuals. JP High Tech is in the comments. He created a lot of the visuals for my show that have helped me to really tell a story and deliver a high quality professional branded video. You're going to break down your funnel stages and you're going to figure out, how do I deliver engaging video content at every point that meets the objectives that I set for myself? And you're going to make it in a realistic way that fits you and your style. You're not going to try to be somebody else. You're going to be you, and you're going to do it in your timing. So don't start sitting down and committing to, hey, I'm going to create a video every day for the next 90 days. If that's not real, like, it's not real for me. I could never do that. I got kids. I got other stuff to do. I can't do a video every day for 90 days. That's impossible for me and for my life. But for someone else, maybe that is possible. So what is possible for you? And realistically thinking about, how will I get on a cadence of creating consistent, engaging video content? That's action 1. Action 2, you got all this video you created. You got to promote it. You got to tell people about it. You've got to promote it and promote it effectively. So you do so through social media posts. You do it through your email list. You do it if you have a text messaging community. But you're telling people, hey, I got this video over here. You need to watch it. This video you should watch because it's going to address this issue for you. I got this playlist that I put together that will help you to see all the people that I've helped. So I put together a playlist of video testimonials so that I could have that in my media kit. I have a playlist of myself actually being interviewed in other people's stages and seats so that people in my media kit can see how I deliver and present. There's different types of videos and different types of playlists you can create for different purpose, but you got to then tell people about it, and you got to make sure people know where it is, right? Yes, he spoke fashion. You got it. You got it. The first thing is knowing where you have the gaps. The second thing is taking the action. So now that you know, you're taking the action. I love it. And Scott has been delivering. He's been doing lives every week. 4 more and he'll have 52. Congratulations. Let me do the hype train for Scott in the house. I love it. Yes, just keep going. And yeah, he spoke fashion. You might be lacking it now. And I'm not even going to say you're lacking it. I'm going to say that it's just a place where you have an opportunity to improve. And so now that you know what to improve on, you can do it. Here's my action number 3. Action number 3, you've put all these things together. You're promoting, you're telling people about the video content. It's engaging and it's entertaining and it's doing all the things. How do you know it's doing what it's supposed to do? Because you were on purpose and you were intentional and you created a plan and you had goals set. So now you need to measure your success and boost those sales. So you need to put metrics in place that you're tracking so that as you create your different videos, you go back and you look at, okay, well, where did I see people fall off? What was the watch time? What was the click-through rate? If I had different links that I was sending people to, what conversions did I get from that video? I had somebody tell me the other day, well, yeah, I don't do video because I don't see the ROI. Well, why don't you see the ROI? Did you put any measurements in place? Did you have a goal for the video you created? And did you go back and see if you met the goal? How do you even know that it converted? You've got to think about those things. So those are your 3 action steps that I really want you to consider. How are you going to make those things happen? And look, if you need help, I'm here. Go to getnoticedwithvideo.com. Check it out. Yeah, look, next week is your 52 too, Michelle. Okay, we got to do confetti hype again. That's a whole year of live streams. By the way, both of them are stream bosses. Got to brag on you a little bit. I love it. Yes, John said you need to think about your CTAs, your calls to action, and your tracking carefully. We talked about CTAs last night, too, when we talked about creating that plan for high value live video content. All right. It's good to see you, Dee Dee. How do you have all those things on your live? Girl, I got skills. And I have lots and lots of goodies behind the scene here. I got a bunch of stuff. I could definitely show you how I do it. But look, here's what I'm going to share with all of you. I want you to do this. If you have questions, I want you to drop your questions in the comments. I want you to drop your questions here, even if you're watching the replay, so I can come back and I can make sure I get the questions addressed. Yes, that's an excellent question. Yeah, I'm going to pop up the comment screen so you can see these comments popping up. So Dee Dee said she has to run, but then she said, how do you have all these things? And John shared one of my many secrets is Ecamm. I use Ecamm Live as my primary streaming platform. I've used other streaming platforms as well, but Ecamm is awesome. But I also had an amazing graphics designer, and I also have purchased different types of animated graphics. So there's a lot of things in my toolbox. And yes, I do have a tool list, Dee Dee, in YouTube. I didn't add it for this video, so I'll make sure I'll go back and add it. But if you go onto my website, go to getnoticedwithvideo.com. There's a shop tab, and it's going to have a list. It'll go to my shopper page that will have a list of different things. It'll have merchandise, but it's also going to have some links to different apps that I use and tools that I use. And yeah, if there's specific questions you have about specific things, tools that I use, so Stream Bosses have access to a whole sheet, a Google sheet that I keep updated with all my latest and greatest tools. But yeah, if there's something specific that you want to know about, reach out and let me know. And exactly, JP was my magic man, my magician for a lot of my graphics, but there's a whole bunch of other things that I use, y'all, to create this show. I'm just happy that I get a chance to actually be able to do this each and every week. It's so much fun. Oh, thank you. See, John is the best. Let me see. Tanya Studio walkthrough. Yep, you can see my walkthrough over at YouTube. So he popped this into the YouTube channel. Here's what I'm going to do, because people have been asking for me to do it again. What I'm actually going to do is to broadcast that walkthrough of my studio. I'm going to broadcast it. I'm going to do a live walkthrough, and I'm going to do it on my Amazon Live channel. I haven't done this for a while. JP's told me to do it, and I just haven't done it. So just give me a couple of weeks, because I'm just getting back on live today, and I got a ton of projects to catch back up on. But I promise I'll let you all know when I go live again with that walkthrough, and then I'll also share with you each of the different pieces of gear and the tools and apps and things that I'm using, especially those that you can actually get on Amazon. I'll have that ready for you in the walkthrough. So I have to do that one again because that was so much fun. I'll do an app walkthrough. We did gear the last time. I'll do an app walkthrough soon. Okay. So I'll recap really quickly for you what we talked about. Today we talked about what video sales funnels are. We talked about the benefits of video sales funnels. I walked you through my ABCD process. I want to share with you all, and let me type this in here because I don't have a sales funnel class right now, but guess what? My friend Ty Goodwin has 5dayfunnels.com. So I'm going to pop this up. She has 5dayfunnels.com. It's a challenge. It's a free challenge that's going on. So I want to mention that. She's going to be tripping when she sees me pull this up. But yeah, 5dayfunnels.com. Go there and participate in her free challenge. Ty is amazing. I have hired her, even though she's my friend. I have hired her. I've paid her. I've invested in her knowledge so that she can help me get out of my own way with doing certain things. Ty is amazing. You will absolutely love her funnel challenge. So if you're struggling with the things I've been talking about and you're not sure how to put it all together, she's not going to focus specifically on video, but she will talk about the sales process. She will talk about your offers and how to fix your funnel. She will talk about different tools that you can use to make sure you're using the right tools. So absolutely, I love it. Venice, you bought you a Pivo pod. Girl, yes. Yes. It was in my show. It was in my walkthrough. I forgot about that. I love it. Awesome. Look, if any of you have questions, pop those in the chat because I want to make sure that I come back and answer them. If you're inside of our Facebook group, we're over at streambosses.com. So feel free to join us there in the community. I will be reactivating myself. I had to, like I said, have a little bit of downtime, but I'll be there again here shortly. And if you have any questions that I can assist you with on a deeper level, if you need more complex help, I'm a coach and a strategist. So pick my brain, of course, for a fee, but come and join me, connect with me, book a call if you need to. You can find out all the information on my site at getnoticedwithvideo.com. And like John says, smash that like button. Thank you too, John. Thank you. Thanks everybody for being here tonight with me. I appreciate you so much. The sales funnel process is really important. We talked about, like I said, types of video sales funnels. We talked about trust building, educational and awareness ones, conversion ones. We talked about that when I showed you my chart. So go back and watch the replay if you need to do that. We talked about actions you need to take, creating engaging video content. That's important. That's based on your real knowledge, not what you pulled from somebody else, but what you know, what you believe, what you love to talk about. We talked about promoting your videos and letting people know that they're there and they exist. And we talked about creating measures of your success so that you know if you did well, if you met the goals that you wanted to meet, right? So thank you as well. All right, y'all, have a good night. I went a little over time, but I hope that this was helpful and useful. And I'm so glad I got a chance to be here with you once again. I will see you next time in the stream. We're going to be picking up our live stream summer school series again on next Monday. If you're not already in live stream summer school, go to livestreamsummerschool.com. I know I did the cardinal sin, and I've given you several links. I usually try to give you one CTA, but I'm just thinking of things I don't want to forget, right? So thank you. Glowing. I hope not in a sweaty, shiny way. Oh, I'm joking. But live stream summer school will be back on Monday. And then we have a panel coming up on the 27th that I'm really excited about. We're going to geek out on gear. So sign up there and then you'll get reminders and alerts about the dates for those. Okay? Y'all have a good one. Be blessed and believe in yourself. Believe that you can. We're going to stop saying what I can't do. We're going to start embracing what is possible for each and every one of us. If somebody else can, somebody like me can do it, an introvert who's a cave dweller, who said, I will never get on camera. I said that one day, a long time ago. If I can do it, you can too. Right? Okay. That's it. I'll see you in the stream. So stay in touch. Take care.